Well, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings left us with a clear future for the character moving forward, but that future might manifest way sooner than we're expecting. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about what Simu said and why the recent reveals from Marvel Studios indicate Shang is set to return. Well, as many of you know, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was probably Marvel's best Phase 4 movie. At least for me. And the film left us with quite the cliffhanger. The Ten Rings were clearly not from Earth. And by the end of the movie, they were actually sending a bit of a signal to somebody. We just never found out who. Now, it remains to be confirmed, but it certainly appears to be somewhat of a safe bet that Kang the Conqueror is somehow tied to those rings that gave the Mandarin his power and ended up with Shang at the end of the movie. After seeing Quantumania, it's pretty clear the Ten Rings have some ties to Kang. We actually see multiple sets of rings with individuals in his city, and there's a reason Marvel did not identify where the rings came from. These ties seem pretty apparent, although they haven't been confirmed, and then you toss in the possibility of Kamala Khan's bangle, which was also found in a temple that had the 10 rings markings. There's clearly some ties between all of these projects, and Marvel may have been dropping clues all along for nobody to notice. This led many fans to believe that Shang could once again show up in the Kang Dynasty, which is being directed by the same director, Dustin Daniel Cretton, and is set to release on May 2nd, 2025. But now it appears Shang might show up a lot sooner. Recently, Simu was speaking to the Academy of Motion Arts and Sciences Sci-Tech Awards, and he seemed to tease that we might see Shang much sooner than expected. During that event, he actually said, "I'm such a fan of both the characters and the performers that play them, so any collaboration is an opportunity for me to work alongside someone who, in their own way, is breaking barriers and at the very top of their game. I think that's what excites me the most as a performer and also as a fan. And who knows, they might see something sooner than you think. We'll see." Now, it's always been super clear that Shang has a big future in the MCU, and once they passed the 10 rings on to him, it really gave him the footing to stand next to other Avengers. We've heard multiple reports he will indeed be part of one of the Avengers team in Kang Dynasty. But where could he show up before that project? Well, we know Shang does have a sequel on the way, but there are multiple reports that seem to indicate that is a little farther out than Marvel may have originally indicated, and we're unlikely to see that project before Kang Dynasty. To me, that leaves a very limited number of projects, but some of them really work, and none better than Captain America New World Order. Now, how the story details in that movie finally break down, we're going to have to wait and see, but we do know Shang does live in San Francisco, and he would work very well in the upcoming Captain America movie. Captain America Civil War was often referred to as Avengers 2.5, and we're hearing some very similar reports about the upcoming Captain America 4, so once again we might see multiple Marvel heroes make it into that movie, and I don't think anybody is more suited than Shang-Chi himself. Now, to be fair, there is currently an untitled Marvel movie slated for November 7th, 2025, between the releases of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and that could very well be the next Shang-Chi movie, but there's a lot of other moving parts going on at Marvel Studios, as well as some delays in Marvel Studios refocusing on quality over quantity, so I'm unsure what that project could be. It could be a return of Marvel's most marvelous martial artist, but it also has the makings of several other projects, so we're going to have to wait and see. The future of the character in the MCU is more than likely going to be very front and center, and I think this tease gives us the first clue of when we're going to see him return.